My presentation is on marijuana culture and language. I chose this topic because it's really dear to my heart. It's not just fun and games for me. Weed has helped me to curb my test / social anxiety that I have without pills. It definitely has changed my quote unquote social relaxation method from alcohol to marijuana. Which I feel is definitely a healthier alternative to binge drinking like I used to. I'm also more aware in social settings, like when I'm hanging out, I'm not just drunk and unaware of what's going on. And I'm able to still function, meaning that I'm able to still work out and take my finals and do my presentations. Anyway, so there's some quick history on Mary Jane. Her name is Cannabis Sativa. Some street names include Reefer, Ganja, Bud, or Mary Jane. The plant can be traced back to 2727 BC to Emperor Shen Yun. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly, please. It's likely brought to North America by the Spanish in the 1500s. Early colonies of the United States used hemp, which is a portion of the plant, to make paper, rope, and other products. They also use it as an herbal remedy for different things. The name was changed to marijuana because of anti-Mexican sentiment during the era of reefer madness. I believe that was in the 60s or 70s. Also have some pictures of that. Oh, I just want to say that has been linked to 0 deaths. So there have been 0 deaths as a direct cause of marijuana. Now what people do in their own time to kill themselves, that's their business. There's some different things that I found, propaganda that was pushed for weed to make it illegal. It said that weed would make people crazy. And here's a quick fact: William Shakespeare might have written some of his works while he was high on marijuana. Yes. Now, Mary Jane culture and language. So I found online that it is defined as a social atmosphere combined with a series of social behaviors depending upon weed consumption. So what that means is just you smoke weed, or you eat it, or you consume it, and that's how you become part of the culture. And weed culture is a whole different world. If you go to certain different events, there's like spices, there's medicine, there's doctors, yes.
There's what?
I'm saying like there are now, I mean like in Brooklyn, you see there's like weed doctors popping up and stuff like that. So I've definitely seen that it's spreading as not just a culture, but as something as a revenue stream for different people. Maybe I go through this quick. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So wait, how is Mary Jane related to language and thinking? I mean, it has its own language, music and literature. I mean, basically you can look up anything. It's food. I know of a young lady, she is now a lead cook. She's on Instagram if you guys are interested in learning about her. She makes whole like 5-star like dinners with weed in it. You can't taste it at all. She makes meals out in California. I think she just started a meal prep plan. So if you guys are interested in that, just hit me up.
Shit.
So wait, weed is known for its psychoactive effects, which are said to increase creativity in the brain. So, I mean, I did most of this PowerPoint while I was high. You know what I'm saying? Just get my creative flows and juices going. And, you know, have my thought processes in the right place to make a good presentation. So it has great influence around different cultures around the world, including India and Jamaica. Actually, I have a fun fact. In India, the herb is called ganja. Now, if it's taken in a proper quantity, when it's turned into edible form, it's called bang. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Bang, right? It's believed to cure fever, sunstrokes, phlegm, indigestion, cure speech imperfections, and lisping. Okay, well, we have different movies that portray Mary Jane culture. This is Pineapple Express. We also have Harold and Kumar, Don't Be a Menace to Society While Drinking Juice in the Hood. I wasn't writing it all up there. The Friday movies, Happy, How High, Scary Movie 2 in particular, where he rolls him up in a joint, and Cheech and Chong movies, which are well known by many in the weed culture. We got language in weed culture, just some slang terms that people talk about. They say you want to take a hit, you want to have a sesh or a session, puff, puff, pass, put 5 on it, get a backwood, a Dutch, Swisher, there's other ones. Yes.
So I was thinking.
And I couldn't put them all on here, you know what I'm saying? 420, which I read, they said that's the best time of the day to smoke. That's how the number 420 came to be. Roll a joint or a split 420. That's what
You said what?
Whoever said that that's
I
the
know
most
that.
popular day to
Oh, I thought you
time of
said
day.
time.
Yeah, 420.
Oh, the day. I
Time
thought
of
you
day.
were talking about.
I'm telling you, 420 comes from a reference online. They say that that's the best time of the day to smoke.
Oh.
That's, I mean, it's the whole thing. That's what I said. I actually learned a lot in the back
Even more
part
than what
of
you
it.
already knew.
Right, just by doing the research.
Wiz Khalifa?
Yeah, that is Wiz Khalifa. I mean, you know, he's a big intriguing part of the community. Snoop Dogg, you know, it's the 81 blunts a day. We're not gonna go into that. So, Mary Jane's possible effects on society, which I looked up, has the ability to provide relief to people with chronic illnesses, diseases such as epilepsy, cancer, glaucoma, and HIV. So, I read that for people with HIV, they're able to get appetites to eat if they smoke weed. Epilepsy, I can't remember, there was this young lady, she had a lot of seizures. She had around 300 seizures a day. And when they introduced her to CBD pills, they were able to bring it down to 3. And I remember off the top of my head with marijuana. She's taken different types of pills and things like that before, and it did not work. She was not able to have, her name is Charlotte Fiji. She was not able to have a regular childhood without taking the medicine. Now she's able to have a normal childhood and do what she wanted to do as a kid and grow up. So again, 0% chance of overdose. As you can see, it said it takes 1,500 pounds of weed would need to be consumed in 15 minutes in order for someone to overdose. I think they broke it down to about 20,000 joints. Also wanted to talk about just some different effects on society. I feel like a lot of people will convert to cannabis if it became legal. It would definitely be a safer alternative to use than alcohol. I mean, because as you can see here, we have a young man here. Well, I can't say he's a young man. We have this dude here. He's hunched over the toilet seat.
But do you see?
And then you have Snoop Dogg, you know what I'm saying? He's smoking blunt, he's dancing. And you have Snooki up here, and I think that was JWoww. Or one of them, it might be Dina.
Dina.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know how they used to just get drunk and they have to get stupid. You know what I'm saying? People don't do that when they're high. People, unless that's a part of their personality. There are a whole different slew of things that alcohol brings that cannabis doesn't. Again, in terms of the effects on society, it would be a whole different revenue stream. In Colorado, since legalization, they've raised around $747,981,748 in tax revenue since legalizing the plant.
Snap a draw.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's a herb?
It's a herb.
Does your hat say just hit it?
Yes, it does.
Oh my gosh.
So it says also Canadians have spent at least $7.8 billion on marijuana in 2017. Now, I read online that it's been legal medically to use in Canada since 2000. So I think they just made it legal last year. So there are really no numbers yet to see, you know, what I guess the revenue stream, how much it increased. But this is how much is spent. So I'm saying the effects on society would be to build new schools. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Colorado here, they say they use their tax revenue to build new schools, renovate older ones, build recreational centers, and build potholes. That's definitely something that we can use here in New York City. There's potholes everywhere. Now, I also see that they built homeless shelters as well with some of the money that they accumulated from the revenue. I feel like it can also be used to fund college, fund free college for, you know, needy students on all the excess revenue, and books, because these things are expensive as hell. Thank you.